In our first 35 years, the Aplastic Anemia and MDS International Foundation has brought hope to patients and families affected by bone marrow failure disease. We've improved research, practice, and patient outcomes, guided by some of the top physicians and researchers in the world.
It's a good occasion to think back on what the treatment and outcomes were for patients with marrow failure that long ago. That was the beginning of my investigative career, I have to confess, all those decades ago. And certainly aplastic anemia was an almost universally fatal disease of young people. And now the situation, due to the efforts of many investigators all over the world and really dedicated in the clinic and very thoughtful and creative in the laboratory, the outcomes are exactly reversed. We now get upset when a patient doesn't do well.
The landscape's completely changed in 35 years, thankfully, and in no small measure due to the efforts of the AAMDS Foundation.
While the foundation is built on the shoulders of senior researchers, it's also laying the groundwork for future research by supporting young investigators with more than 92 research grants, totaling more than $5 million since 1989.
The research support is crucial for a young investigator because that's a time in their career when they're trying to start something new and they need to build this preliminary data that is often required by the larger funding agencies, for example, the NIH.
The Foundation's Medical Advisory Board and Research Consortia have guided our work and led to important collaborations.
Consortia like the MDS Clinical Research Consortium, which has been sponsored through the Aplastic Anemia and MDS International Foundation, are the perfect substrate for bringing these people together for conducting the clinical trials that we need to demonstrate how great these new drugs actually work.
In addition to supporting research, over the last 35 years, the Foundation has empowered patients and their families through more than 53 patient conferences, 176 webinars, informational materials in multiple languages, and referrals to specialists.
Getting the answers that are provided here, providing the support and giving us hope is hugely important.
For me, what I was missing was support from people who had babies, who had aplastic anemia, who needed a transplant. AAMDS helps the families to get connected. And I think it's really important that they're connected.
To bring attention to these rare diseases, celebrities such as Robin Roberts have shared their voices on behalf of patients and the Foundation.
A rare disease I'd never even heard of was threatening my life, but it didn't feel the least bit rare to me. It was all mine, and I had to find a way to take charge. I did it by turning my personal journey into a crusade for the cure. I went as public as you can get to raise awareness and hopefully comfort other patients facing MDS, aplastic anemia, or PNH.
It's grown beyond what I could have hoped for. We have good management, it's being well run, and I just hope we're successful the next 35 years.
Our success and free resources for patients has been made possible through the generosity of many individual and corporate donors. As we look forward to our next 35 years, we hope you'll join us as we bring hope to all patients and families affected by bone marrow failure diseases throughout the world.